afternoon and welcome back to the second episode of your Fight Night Insight with Nat. Now this week I want to be putting the spotlight onto Shuriken Fight Series 20. This fight night is going to be held on the 8th of March at Event Finder Stadium here in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland City. Shuriken Fight Series is created and run by Jason Forster and his team there at Shuriken MMA. This fight card will be featuring 6 professional fights with 11 amateur fights, 2 of those title fights. Now selfishly, if I could talk about every single fight on this card, I absolutely would. This card is absolutely packed from start to finish, which I'll get to a little bit later on. But with the nature of these videos, I really want to try focus on 2 to 3. Now the first fight I want to talk about is one of the 2 female fights on the card. This one is going to be between Mia Evans versus Cassandra Hay. Cassandra Hay is fighting out of MMA Family Fight Team over there in Sydney, Australia. She is coached by Coach Renato Sobotic. She has a current record of 3-1, all 3 of those wins coming from her performances on XFC. She will be coming up against City Kickboxing's Mia Evans. Mia is the New Zealand IKBF champion. She's also the New Zealand MF champion. Mia's fought on Shuriken Fight Series before, as well as XFC and Mana FC. She has a background in karate and she's trained all over the world. Now these 2 girls will be fighting on the undercard, so make sure you tune in early on this card because the fireworks are going to be starting early, let me tell you. Now the next fight I want to talk about is Sainavat Sisawat versus Ollie Schmidt. Sainavat Say No More Sisawat is of Thai and Laos descent. He is fighting out of Oliver South MMA under John Hicks. This gym is building a really good reputation for producing champions. Names of course like Ants Vitale, Asi Taufa and Tonga Mataele, who have performed nationally and really done well for themselves to create a good brand around Oliver South MMA. Now Sainavat may not have been doing this very long, but he has absolutely thrown himself into the pro leagues and he is taking some really tough battles, which has given him some really good experience in the cage, and of course he is supremely tough. He will be coming up against Ollie Schmidt. Ollie Schmidt is 24 years old. He has a current record of 1-2 as a professional and 8-3 as an amateur. Ollie will be fighting out of City Kickboxing as well as representing his very own gym, Unity MMA, over there in Rosedale, Albany. Ollie has also fought on SFS before as well as Eternal Hex. He's fought in the IMMAF circuit, so he is very well rounded when it comes to having the experience in that MMA cage. His last fight, he took short notice on the Eternal card where he came up against Dim Skillies and earned himself Fight of the Night. Ollie's been doing this since he was 8 years old. He came from a Taekwondo background, so him and Sainavat Sisawat are going to be putting on an absolute battle. I think this is going to be tough, technical, and I don't know if it's going to go the distance, so I would definitely tune in for this one. Now the last fight I want to highlight is Jesse King versus Jaden Hay. Jaden Mantis Hay has a current record of 2-1. He is of course coached by Coach Hostile Carl Weber down there from the Canterbury Fight Centre. His last fight was Kane Tosh on the Supremacy Fighting Championship League where he came out on top. He got the win in a unanimous fashion. Now he will be coming up against Jesse King. Jesse King is fighting out of East Coast BJ